saying things people already know out loud is tight.
I am a collector.
Australian legends.
Funny segment.
This is
Here I come.
What's up everyone, it's Adam from FWCI, and this is just a little channel update. Got some things happening in 2022 that I want to cover with you guys. So for those that are interested, let's just talk about the next 2 weeks. I'm taking 2 weeks off from uploading. The reason for this is I'm going back to work, so I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks recording and editing and just stockpiling a bunch of videos. So yeah, there's just the first few weeks back at work full time is kind of covered. I can still do things on a regular basis, but the plan is just to make sure that I can cover that without worrying about work and doing the channel at the same time, at least for a few weeks. So keep an eye out for my return, which will be in the first week of March by the looks of things. When I return, I will be looking at The Mandalorian Season 2. I did do Mandalorian Season 1 early on in the days of the channel. I think the audio and everything's a little bit different in that, but, you know, it was the learning curve. So Mandalorian Season 2 is definitely coming. I will be checking out Bloody Diabolical, the boys animated series that's coming to Amazon Prime in like a couple of weeks time, so that I will be getting onto immediately. But things like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know, some of the pitch meeting stuff, maybe a couple of movies and other stuff like that, you know, they'll get sort of, you know, uploaded as time goes on. I might do a few more in the meantime, you never know, I probably will. I'll be checking out the rest of the TV show Murderville. If you haven't seen those reactions, they're a lot of fun. Go check out the Murderville reactions. There'll be more stand-up comedy reactions. The next one on the list is Adam Sandler's 100% Fresh. Might check out Aziz Ansari's stand-up, or if you have any stand-up comedy suggestions, please put them down in the comments, because I'm looking forward to doing more stand-up. And I'm going to make a decision on which movie series I'm going to start next. I'm considering doing Harry Potter, which I've got no history with whatsoever. The other one is going to be the Star Wars series, which I've seen like the original trilogy, like when it was out on video kind of thing, and I've seen Solo, but I feel like if you're going to do the Star Wars saga, you have to do every single movie. So thinking about doing either Star Wars or Harry Potter. Let me know in the comments which you would prefer, because yeah, I'm still a bit undecided for that, but we'll find out soon enough which one that is, because the videos will start going up in a few weeks time. I just want to say the Brooklyn Nine-Nine videos have been a lot of fun to do. I'm sure a lot of you watching this have seen those videos or have subscribed because of those videos. Don't worry, there is going to be a ton of Brooklyn Nine-Nine reactions in the future. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is I am considering starting a Patreon. I hate even saying those words. With that being said, I also am subscribed to some Patreons myself. So, I don't know, obviously it's something that people do, but I understand that, you know, I'm still a new channel and growing and learning and everything like that, but the reason people do the Patreon is because the money you get from YouTube ads, it's okay, but if you're only doing 1,000, you know, a few thousand views per video, you're not really sort of like cracking that, like, you know, $200 or $300 mark. So Patreon, on the other hand, you know, it's $3 a month, and if you've got, you know, 50 people, that's $150 a month. That's already kind of matching what you've you know, what you can make with YouTube. I hope my math works out then, because as you know, 46 million won. Let's find out how much that actually is worth. I was never good at math, ever. Just terrible at it. It was like my worst subject. It's like $52,000. But if you are somebody that does subscribe to YouTube Patreons and things like that, because the stuff I do is more podcast-related Patreons, but Patreons, one of those two's right. So what I'm thinking about doing is having a weekly Patreon video reaction. You know, people can vote on like any video at all. Maybe it's something I've already seen, but it'll be something special to just put up for the Patreon people. I'm sure these videos will make their way onto the main channel if they're suitable or, you know, appropriate, you know, as the months go on. But for a while, they'll at least just be available on Patreon. I don't want to ever put something behind a paywall for people. I want to be able to share the content everywhere. But Patreon first, rest of the channel later. We're literally figuring this out as we go. I want to do weekly reality TV shows reaction, but real fun ones. Like, I'm not trying to, like, you know, break it down or be serious or anything like that. Really just like, getting absurdly emotionally invested for no reason in particular, just completely buying into the whole gimmick that is reality TV. But I figure if I do a different episode to a different show every single time, I'm not locked into one series that might go up and down. Every week there's going to be something new to look at. Plus, that way, if you have a reality show that you love and it's really obscure and you're like, hey, I really want you to do a reaction to this thing, like, you know, there was one season of it, nobody ever heard of it, I thought it was hilarious. This is a great opportunity to, you know, get my attention, to get me to react to some really bizarre, obscure reality TV shows, because I think that's a bit of an untapped well. The other idea I have is monthly Patreon movie reactions. So again, could be any movie, something I've seen, something I've never seen, but if there's a particular movie that you guys want to hear from me about, perhaps we could do something where there's like a, what do you call it, like a poll or something like that, and people can vote on movies, just giving you guys a little bit more hands-on kind of, you know, ability to influence what's going on the channel. And the fun thing with this is, if these Patreons are slow starting off, it gives you a real influence on what can happen on the channel as well. So if you've got some great ideas, you know, this is a way to make sure that they get through. And also monthly live Q&A catch-ups. Like, I'm not sure if this is something people would even be interested in, but I've been doing a bit of live streaming on my sports and gaming channel and had some interaction with people, and I just think it's a good kind of medium for me to interact with my audience with as well. So again, I'm not sure if I'm even remotely interesting enough to warrant a monthly live stream of any kind at all, but I'm pretty forthcoming, I'm pretty entertaining, I talk a lot, and I've got a lot of experiences to share as well. So let me know what you guys think about this. Again, just to recap, I'm taking a couple of weeks off. You know, we're gonna hit full speed in a couple of weeks' time after I'm back at work and things have kind of settled and everything like that. And getting back to work is going to be good. It's going to allow me to update the, you know, the studio and things like that as well. When I get back, Mandalorian, bloody diabolical, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Murderville, stand-up comedy reactions, either Harry Potter or Star Wars. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, if you have any feedback about Patreon at all, like, you know, have you joined one that you didn't like? Have you joined one that you thought was really worth the money? Is there any that offer unusual kind of features that, you know, you've never seen elsewhere before? Like any Patreon experience that you guys have, because it's kind of a new world to me, so I don't want to just jump in thinking like, oh yeah, I'll just, well, whatever. I'd rather do a bit of research and hear from you guys about what kind of stuff you want to hear. Am I in the right kind of vein with the things that I'm thinking about? I don't know. Let me know. I'm really excited to hear that feedback, especially from you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be back before a couple of weeks. I'll probably upload a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reaction like today anyway. And maybe do like another little announcement, because I know those videos do well. But what I will be spending a lot of time on is the upcoming release of WWE 2K22, which I'm covering over on FWCI Sports and Gaming. So if you haven't subscribed to FWCI Sports and Gaming and you're interested in pro wrestling and wrestling video games and basketball and Lucha Underground podcast of me and my mate talking about the first season of Lucha Underground, there's a whole heap of wrestling stuff over there. Not everyone's cup of tea, but if you are interested in it, definitely go subscribe there, because that's a channel that's requiring a lot of my attention with the upcoming release of this game, which falls smack right in the middle of everything else that I've got going on as well. So that's what I mean. It's going to be a hectic start to March, and I'd love to be ahead of it. So thank you guys. As always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video in like a month. No, a couple of weeks. Peace.